Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm not Grim, but instead I'm Blythe, as we are talking about something a little bit different. For those who don't know, the video game series Fire Emblem is coming out with their newest game in September, and I've been playing so much of their previous game, Fire Emblem Three Houses. And for being a sucker for all things romance, I thought it would be fun to tell y'all the best and worst romance paths you can take. But before we begin, I want to give a big spoiler warning, as we are going to be talking about a lot of plot points and endings. This is your only warning. I want to start with a bit of context for those who haven't played the game or don't remember it, as it did come out in 2019. You play as the main character, Blythe, and are given the option of male or female. The game starts as you and your father are famous mercenaries that are required to go to a monastery due to your dad's mysterious past. There, you join as a professor and have the option of teaching one of three houses: Golden Deer, Black Eagles, or Blue Lion. The house you pick will drastically affect the story and ending. While part 1 is mostly the same, there are 4 different part 2s on the house you choose, including a hidden route. Some romance options are blocked depending on your house or if you're male or female. Quick side note, you are a professor at this monastery, and a large number of romance paths are students. While the game tries to hide your age because of plot points, you can find out from both your parents' gravestones, making you 21 at the start. Romance paths happen at the end of part 2, by which you are about 26-ish, and your students are no longer your students and range from 20 to 28. There are a couple of questionable morals in this game, this being one of them, that we are just gonna not cover in this video. So with that, let's get into it.
I'm always serious when it comes to matters of the heart. When I flirt, I stake my life on it.
Now, before I start, I want to say I love Sylvain as a character. He gets a lot of criticism, which doesn't come from baseless accusations, but he does have a lot of positive qualities. And while his backstory doesn't justify his actions, it does help point to where his words and actions stem from. Sylvain is a student of the Blue Lion House. He comes from a noble family that highly value crests. A crest is basically an emblem that gives a person a lot of power, and really only noble families pass it down. His family values it to the point that his older brother, who doesn't have one, is literally tossed aside as soon as Sylvain is born. It leads to such hatred and resentment that his brother tries to kill him multiple times before being banished.
Since I bear a crest, my parents made sure I was never left wanting. My older brother didn't have one, and so when I was born, he was pushed aside. You know, he once shoved me in a well. He left me on the mountainside in the middle of winter, too.
On top of that, other people in his life, especially women, use Sylvain and overall treat him differently. He recognizes that and even understands why his brother hates him so much.
Even as a little kid, I understood why he was like that. My mere existence stole everything from him.
Despite his past, he has a very easygoing personality, but can be a bit shallow. But the biggest part of his personality, the game shows us, is he is a massive womanizer. Almost every single support scene his character has, he is chasing women. If you want to recruit a student to your house, you have to meet certain unique to each character requirements. If you play as female Blythe, you can ask Sylvain to join your class on the first eligible day with 0 requirements. Now, it's not even that he has a past by the time he proposes, but there is almost no transition from womanizer to marriage. He does grow a lot as a person, but none of it is directed towards his inept ability to form romantic relationships. He proposes to Blythe, and straight up, Blythe does not believe him.
I want to marry someone I really care about. And, you know, maybe I can't. But You don't believe me? I probably should have seen that coming.
In my opinion, he is a great character, but he is for the streets, y'all, and I am not convinced he is giving up on his women-chasing ways. And yes, I understand there is an aftermath that says he was a great husband and father, but save your time. This is not the romance path to go down. It's a no for me.
But until our paths diverge, you're my partner. And I couldn't ask for a better one.
Shamir is a mercenary that joined the Knights of Saros because of Lady Rhea. She's from another land from far away that's only ever really mentioned slightly, but she left due to a war breaking out there. And unfortunately, her partner did die during this time. Lady Rhea brought her into the Knights, and Shamir vowed to repay her and pledged her loyalty. She's a very straightforward, logical, and blunt character. She is very simple when it comes to expressing her thoughts and feelings.
You are still a fool. Learn to protect yourself before trying to protect me. There's no point in losing one life to save another. Yours holds just as much value as mine.
Blythe and her are very similar, as Blythe shows almost no emotion, with the first time ever crying, even as a baby, when their father died. And both having a past of being a mercenary makes them feel a bit more compatible. I love her romance path most of all because I feel like it is so fitting for her character. It is the most nonchalant and no-nonsense proposal of all time. You want to get married? Cool. And that's basically it. But it's done in such a way that you can't help but smile and feel like it's just the perfect fit. It does not disappoint. When Blythe does ask for more, though, Shamir gives a very sweet vow to stay by your side.
I can see this is important to you. Fine then. I vow to stay with you through all of life's many hardships. I will stay by your side, and you'll stay by mine.
Overall, I just really love this one.
I'm afraid this might sound a bit sentimental. However, I want to thank you. Because of you, I feel I can walk my fated path without losing myself. If I were alone, I might have lost perspective and become a harsh leader with a heart of ice.
My first playthrough, I was all in on Edelgard from the very start. I chose the Black Eagles for her as she's the house leader and can only be romanced by selecting her house. Edelgard has a lot of great qualities. She's an extremely confident and motivated character. But she does have one of the heavier backstories. She comes from a large family in line to be the emperor, but her and all of her siblings were kidnapped as children and experimented on for research of Cress, and she was the only survivor. Because of this, she has a deep hatred towards Cress and carries a lot of that through her actions.
For the sake of my family, and for all the poor souls whose lives were traded for my existence, for their sake, I will build a world where such meaningless sacrifice is never again sanctioned. As Emperor, I will change the world. I swear it.
But y'all, she will send you on a roller coaster. Around the start of part 2, you help her ascend to the throne and everything goes out the window. She starts a whole rebellion against the church and the other 2 empires. In the span of almost no time, you abandon the church and destroy the religion you have deep ties to. You have to kill every student and faculty that doesn't side with you. And while she technically doesn't have anything to do with your father's murder, she was working with the people who did it. So you essentially burn down the entire world for her. And when you propose to her, she calls you a friend.
And this ring, it's lovely. Thank you, my dearest friend. I will happily accept it.
Now, to give the game some credit, I've heard there was a translation issue with the word friend, and it was supposed to be a bit more romantic. The afterword does talk about being married and in love. But with how much you have to sacrifice and destroy, it's a bit of an underwhelming ending. It's just not worth it.
All I want is to live a quiet life and to not be a bother to anyone. I dare not hope for anything beyond that.
Marianne starts as an extremely depressed and timid girl. Every early support scene she has with anyone, she is pretty much apologizing just for existing.
I'm the one who should apologize. All I did was get in your way. You would have made it to the training grounds much sooner if I hadn't slowed you down. Huh? Wait a second. It's all my fault. It's always my fault. The accident was probably my fault too.
She's deeply religious, and while you don't know at the time, in the beginning, she's actually praying to the goddess to kill her. Throughout the story, I think she has one of the best character developments in the game. At the end of her romance route, she is so confident and so happy, she's the one to propose to Blight, which is unlike a majority of all the proposals. The bravery she shows is so rewarding to see.
It's unthinkable that someone who spent their entire life avoiding people could offer you a ring. But who I am now? It's all thanks to you. You've shown me a strength I didn't know I could possess. I wanted you to see how far I've come and how much I've grown.
She learns to have faith in herself and faith in people who care for her. While most of the story she has a rocky relationship with her adoptive father, she says that they finally feel like a real family. Marianne is one of my favorite characters, and it's so warming to see her have this ending with Blythe.
Well, it's fine. After all, if you don't know the value of your own life, you're not going to protect it very well, are you? Course not. Well then, I guess it's up to me to guide you from now on, right?
Sothis is one of the first characters you meet. However, a lot of mystery surrounds her. She has no memories of who she is or why she and Blythe are connected, and to top it all off, no one can see her. It's eventually revealed that Sothis is the main goddess of the land and that she combined her soul with Blythe's, becoming one entity. So in a way, you're basically marrying yourself. And in a forever story of, oh, my wife goes to another school, because no one will ever believe you or see her.
Indeed. It's only right, for you and I are joined within our souls. And that is much the same as marriage, don't you think? The stone within your chest is little more than decoration now. That means it is within your very soul that I exist.
On top of that, Sothis sacrifices herself around halfway through the story, and it's accepted that you'll never see each other again, but that she still lives in Blythe's soul. Well, at the end, if you choose to romance her, she just sort of appears out of nowhere and says she knew you were lonely, so she came back. It's a bit interesting.
In that case, I hope you will allow me to behold your sweet face again in the future. It is my dearest wish that we may strengthen the bonds between us further still.
Now, I think it's important to talk about Rhea and Sothis at the same time, but we'll get into why in a minute. Rhea is the driving force for bringing you to the monastery, as she's the Archbishop of the Church of Saros. While your father warns you not to get too close, Rhea acts incredibly compassionate, kind, and places a great deal of trust in Blythe immediately.
I have made my decision, Seteth. I know worrying comes naturally to you, but there is truly no need. That stranger is Gerald's flesh and blood, after all.
However, over time, you learn that Rhea has been lying and manipulating Blythe for her own personal reasons. Now, that's not the reason that she may be the most questionable romance path. What it comes down to is because of Sothis, Rhea is your grandmother and your daughter at the same time. Let me explain. Sothis is Rhea's mother. She was created by the goddess with her blood. And as we talked about earlier, Sothis combined her soul with Blythe, becoming one. On the other side, Rhea was creating vessels to host Sothis' soul, and one of those vessels was Blythe's mother. She died at childbirth, basically trading her life for Blythe's, who was stillborn.
I am overcome with joy. I never thought I would know a day so blissful as this. That we found each other. Perhaps that means my mother is looking after us, guiding us.
Rhea even said she saw Blythe's mother like a daughter, even if she was more of a golem than like a person. So the whole situation is a bit out there. And like the age thing, we're just gonna keep on moving and give this a no thank you.
Because of those deep ties, you can be certain that I will never abandon or betray you. On the contrary, I greatly wish to see what your future holds. I am, and will always be, your ally.
I'll be honest, Seteth isn't someone I normally recruit, but his romance path is one of the sweetest and most genuine. Seteth is second in command for the Church of Seros and is very wary of us, which is understandably so. Rhea, the Archbishop, trusts us way too much with zero explanation, and we know almost nothing about the world. Blythe was pretty much raised under a rock and doesn't know how the world operates or things like their age. Who wouldn't be wary of a stranger like that?
You should be fully investigated at a minimum before being trusted with such a responsibility. But no such investigation has been conducted. I know you are skilled in war and in matters of strategy, but beyond that, I know next to nothing about you. That is indeed what it comes down to, if I'm being honest. Please understand that I mean no offense.
But over time, Blythe proves themselves to Seteth, and he becomes one of the most devoted and loyal people they know. Even before you start the romance route, Seteth tells you that he considers Blythe family and vows to never abandon or betray you, and that he cares deeply for Blythe's future. He tells you that after the war, that his future lies in your hands, and he will follow Blythe wherever.
The truth is, you have become indispensable to me. And that is true quite independently of whether I see eye to eye with Rhea, or even whether we are friends. After this war is over, where I go and what I do will depend wholly on you. I am still trying to figure that out myself. Perhaps it is just that I find you so fascinating that I cannot bring myself to leave your side.
His support scenes with other characters emphasize how much of a supportive character he is. He basically acts like a dad to these students, and he actually has a child that joins your class, but they pretend to be siblings instead of parent-child for their protection, and that part doesn't matter.
I am sure you realize that it is easier to bond with people when you interact with them more. There are limits to what one person can do alone. Great things cannot be achieved without allies.
You sound like my father. You're saying it's in my own interest to make friends?
To put it simply, yes. As much as you possibly can. To be honest, I envy you, because I know what it is like to not have many people to call friends.
When it comes to the actual romance path, it's very sweet. There's a firm resolution and dedication to commitment to Blythe. He even exchanges a version of wedding vows. It gets you in the feels. And while the game doesn't really bring it up for romance paths, Blythe will essentially live forever and outlive every partner. However, Seteth, for the same reasons as Blythe, will also live forever, so it's kind of perfect.
I want this because I am in love with you. I cannot conceive of a world without you in it. If you feel the same, will you do me the honor of joining your life with mine?
I want to thank everyone who stuck around to the end of this video. I had so much fun working on this. So please, if you want to see more of this type of content in the future, please leave a like and subscribe. And also, let me know in the comments, who would you pick to romance and who are you staying far away from? As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys real soon. Bye!